What's going on, guys? My name's Nick, MTG Lightning, coming at you with a very electrifying opening today. Today we're going to be doing a whole box of the new Zendikar Rising. We're going to see if we can pull some spicy stuff. I'll see you in the video. Hey guys, welcome. Whole box of Zendikar. Hopefully we get some of those spicy elementals, those artifacts. We got quite a few chances to hit something good here. What's everybody think of the new set? I think it's pretty good. I do like that landfall is back. And, of course, we have our beautiful box topper. We're going to just keep that right up there for now. All right. Bam. 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 Now, because we are doing a whole box, I am going to probably zip through most of the commons and uncommons. The first couple we'll go a little bit slower, but then afterwards we'll speed it up so you guys aren't here for, 100 hours. All right, we have a Welcome to Arena. Yep, we don't care about that. I do like these full art planes. These are awesome. The first one, Glacial Grasp foil. Wow, what a first pull. We got the Turn Timber Symbiosis. It's a mythic. It's one of those cool new flip lands. That's an excellent first pull. Really glad we got that. Considered Defense, Minotaur, Base Camp, Priest, and then we just got our commons. You guys are looking at my playmat. I actually took that picture when I was in Mexico, so don't mind it. It's nothing crazy. I was on a cruise. All right, second pack. We have an island this time, and Inscription of Insight. Pretty cool card. Skyclave Cleric. Another one of those new flip guys. I think it's kind of cool. I think it definitely can be, has some potential, definitely, especially since we're losing out on the shock lands, at least in Standard. Now, this is a great card. I don't care what anybody says. Ruined Crab. It's the old school Hedron Crab. It's an awesome, awesome card, especially since they're really starting to bring Mill into the whole picture. Oh, you know what? These have those fancy pull tabs that I can never get right. As you can tell. I'm sure I'll hear about it in the comments. All right. These are pretty cool. Got a Mountain and Grak Maw Skyclave Ravager. 0/0 Hydra Horror. That's pretty cool. Another Skyclave. And a Skyclave Pickaxe. We got some more commons here. All right. So I think everybody's pretty much good with the commons and uncommons. I think everybody knows there isn't really much spice in that section, at least not in my opinion, in this set. We have an island and a Crawling Barrens. Tap it, add for a colorless. You can tap 4, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Crawling Barrens. Then you may have it become a 0/0 elemental creature until end of turn. It's still a land. That's pretty cool. I like that. Wind Rider, Wizard, and Guardians. Try this thing again. I'm going to keep forgetting about it. All right, Mountain, and we got to take a minute. Look at that art. It is amazing. They did great on that. Wayward Guide Beast. I think this has a lot of potential, especially in Standard. It's a great card. It's 2/2, 1 drop, 1 red, trample haste. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, return a land you control to its owner's hand. I think that's going to be pretty good in Standard, especially with these landfall mechanics. What's everybody think about the new party mechanic? I'm not so sure. I feel like it's going to be pretty difficult to assemble your whole party, but I guess we will be seeing that. Cool Cat Beast. We got a Forest and Valakut Exploration. Enchantment, 3-drop landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, exile the top cards of your library. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. At the beginning of your end step, if there are cards exiled with Valakut Exploration, put them into their owner's graveyard. Then Valakut Exploration deals that much damage to each opponent. Each opponent, that's pretty good. That might see some play in Commander, since it's a 4-player pod there. Oh, We we got a cool little hound. We all just agree that these pull tabs are terrible. Come on, WotC, do better. Angel Warrior, again, art just stunning. We did get an artifact, not the one I was hoping for, but we did get the Myriad Construct. It's a 4-drop, 4/4 kicker for 3. If it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each non-basic land your opponents control. When Myriad Construct becomes the target of a spell, sacrifice it and create a number of 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature tokens equal to its power. All right, that's actually pretty good. It's actually my first time really ever seeing that card. Like, what do they expect us to do with just that? Come on. Plains, and we did get a foil, Skyclave Geopede with Inscription of Abundance. It's a 2-drop instant. It does have the kicker for 2 and a green. Choose 1 if it was kicked. Choose any number instead. You can put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Target player gains X life, where X is the greatest power among creatures that they control. And target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. It's pretty good. Not too bad. Solanday Vision. Do love these arts on there. You can't go wrong with art. I don't know if anybody is a huge art buff, but I definitely am. When it comes to cards, I will totally get a card just based off the art. If I like one art better from an older set or something like that, I'll totally spend the extra money and get it. Because that's just how we roll at MTG Lightning. All right, Island, and we have the Crab. Charax, the Raging Isle. Spells your opponents cast that target Charax, the Raging Isle, costs 2 more to cast. You can tap 3. It gets +X/-X until end of turn, where X is the number of islands you control. It's a 0/17. Seems like it's got some potential, but we'll see. Don't mind me, I'm just dropping things over here. Right. Apparently you get one of these things in like every single pack, it seems like. Got a Swamp and a Thieving Skydiver. 2-drop, 2/1, Merfolk Rogue. Kicker is X. Flying, when it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, gain control of target artifact when converted mana costs X or less. If that artifact is an equipment, attach it to Thieving Skydiver. Alright, that's kind of cool. Got another Songmad Treachery. Grotog, Iridescent, and some other fun shenanigans. I am looking for that new Nissa. I love that new Nissa. I think she's really good. I also think there is some huge potential. I know a lot of people don't like the new Jace, but I think it has a huge upside to it. Now, we did get something spicy. I kind of peeked. We got an island, and we did get a full art Crag Crown Pathway. One of the rare flip lands. Does not come in tap, which is awesome. That's a great pull right there, guys. We needed that. We definitely needed that. Because I think as of right now, we have only 1 Mythic. So we definitely need to step it up. Hoping for at least 3 here. All right, a Swampy. We got a Jiraga Visionary, which I think is just terrible, but I digress. All right, we got a Kiri, Fearless Voyager. It is a 3-drop red-white, 3/3. Whenever you attack a player with 1 or more equipped creatures, you get to draw a card. You can tap a white. You may unattach an equipment from a creature you control. If you do, tap that creature and gains indestructible until end of turn. That has some potential. That's pretty cool. I like that, especially with the new Nahiri Planeswalker just being able to attach things. I mean, you got that Colossus Hammer. Auto attach seems pretty good. Insect token. Swamp, and wow, we got another one. A Needle Verge Pathway. This is the red and white one. Pretty good. Not full art, but, you know, hey. Again, I think those are going to be taking the place of the Shocklands in Standard. And you're definitely going to see them in all the other formats just because everybody needs the mana fixing. This is the weirdest plant I have ever seen. All right, we have an island and an Archon of Emeria. Now this is a great card. This is going to go in every single stack that I know. It's a 2 and a white, 2/3 flying. Each player can't cast more than one spell each turn. Non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. That is just awesome. I love that card. I'm excited to play with it. I already have some ideas about it. Now, for the most part, I strictly play Commander, so, you know, I might be a little bit different than you guys, but got a Plains starting out. Inordinate Rage is a foil, and we got Verazal, the Split Current. I actually never saw this one, actually. It's a X, green-blue, 0/0. It's a Serpent. Verazal's the Split Current enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter for each mana spent to cast it. Whenever you cast a kick spell, you may remove 2 +1/+1 counters from it. If you do, copy that spell, and you may choose new targets for the copy. That's pretty cool. That could see some potential play. There's a lot of kicker cards, especially in Commander, that could definitely abuse that ability. Oh, how adorable. Cute little cat token. Got a mountain, and again, look at that artwork. It's just stunning. Glasspool Mimic is our rare. It's a 3-drop. Shapeshifter Rogue. You may have Glasspool Mimic enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature you control, except it's a Shapeshifter Rogue in addition to its other types. It does also have the other side where it's a island, but it enters the battlefield tap. I'm not sure. I feel like these ones, they should have made it where you can just play it. I feel like the tap really just hurts that, but again, we'll have to see. It's a little too new to really speculate too much, but for all I know, I could be getting everything wrong. Got another mountain. Ooh, and a mythic Angel of Destiny. 2 white and 3, 2/6. Flying and double strike. It's an Angel Cleric. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you and that player each gain that much life. At the beginning of your end step, if you have at least 15 life more than your starting life total, each player Angel of Destiny attack this turn loses the game. There are already stupid auto wins. This is really rough. That's an amazing card, and I'm just gonna sit here and wait till it just gets abused to oblivion, which is going to happen. I'm gonna tell you that. I'll put money on that one right there. Copy. We got a Plains. We got a Scoot Swarm foil. That is going to probably be our foil. It's 2 and green, 1/1. It is the rare. Landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. If you control 6 or more lands, create a token that's a copy of Scoot Swarm instead. That's pretty good. You're gonna just get a bunch. Archpriest of Iona. It's a 1-drop. Star and 2, human cleric. Archpriest of Iona's power is equal to the number of creatures in your party. And I'm sure everybody knows your party consists of a cleric, rogue, warrior, or a wizard. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, target creature gets +1/+1 and gains flying until end of turn. I just feel like that's got to be hard to have a full party, especially in like Commander and stuff like that. So many board wipes, so many things happening. But who knows? We'll see. That core warrior looks pretty awesome. We got a swamp and Scatter Skull's Charger. 4/3 giant warrior. Kicker of 2 with 2 red and a colorless. Trample haste. If it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it at the beginning of your end step. If it doesn't have a +1/+1 counter on it, or return it to its owner's hand. You know, that's not bad actually. You can abuse that, especially in a really fast mono red deck. That can get silly. Smacking somebody for 4 as early as turn 2. That's pretty good. Have a forest. And wow, almost back-to-back rares here for foils. Skyclave Relic. It's a 3-drop. Kicker of 3. Indestructible. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, create 2 tap tokens that are copies of Skyclave Relic. You can tap and add 1 mana of any color. That's pretty cool. I like that. And we got Tabarax, Hope's Demise, legendary creature, demon cleric. 2 and a black, for a 2/2 flyer. Tabarak's Hope's Demise has lifelink as long as it has 5 or more +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Tabarak's. If that creature was a cleric, you may draw a card. If you do, you lose 1 life. That's a cool one. Again, Commander players are going to be very happy. I know WotC said that they were going to kind of put an emphasis on Commander. And I think they are doing a great job overall, for sure. Except for those pull tabs. All right, we got a Forest. Full art. Oh, what a bomb! We got a full art foil. Nahiri, Heir of the Ancients. It's 2 red and white. Starts out at 4. +1, you create a 1/1 white core warrior creature token. You may attach an equipment you control to it. You can -2 it. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a warrior or equipment card from among them. Put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. And then -3, you can do this as soon as it comes out, which is pretty crazy to me. It deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to twice the number of equipment you control. That is a spicy pull. I like that. And then we got Confounding Conundrum. It's a 2-drop enchantment when... I'm going to mess this up. Say this 5 times fast, guys. Confounding Conundrum enters the battlefield. You get to draw a card. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if that player had another land enter the battlefield under their control this turn, they return a land they control to its owner's hand. That's pretty cool. All right. Not as spicy as Nahiri. That was a good one. We needed that. We definitely needed that. Wasn't my Nissa. Still want my Nissa. But hey, we still got a lot of packs to crack. We still got our box topper here. We got an Island. We got a Agra Constrictor and Yasharn, Implaceable Earth. I honestly did not realize how many legendary creatures were in this set. For 2 and a green and a white, it's a 4/4 Elemental Boar. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic forest card and a basic plains card. Reveal those cards and put them in your hand. Then shuffle your library. Players can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents to cast spells or activate abilities. That's a pretty good card. I like that one. If you guys ever see me play, you guys are going to notice a very big trend of mine. I am a very big green player. I love green. Green is my favorite. It has always been my favorite, and it probably always will be. We got a mountain and a clear water pathway. Another one of these flip lands. Flips over to Murk Water Pathway. Pretty cool. Mind Carver, I like that art though. Messed up the pile, so that's alright. Alright. Construct with a forest and Maul of the Skyclaves. It is a 2 and a white artifact equipment. When it enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. A quick creature gets +2/+2, has flying and first strike. And then with Nahiri, you can just keep doing it. It's great. Relic Vial. I'm not sure about these vials yet. I wish they were a 2-drop instead of a 3. I think then they would actually see some play. If you hear whimpering in the background, that is one of the dogs here. He's just likes the attention. Molten Blast is a foil, and we got a Soul Shatter, 2 and a black instant. For each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker with the highest converted mana cost among creatures and planeswalkers they control. That's not too bad. I can deal with that. Great in those black decks that are looking to just keep the board empty. Alright, next pack. Full Art Mountain and Swarm Shambler. It's a 1-drop 0/0 Fungus Beast. Swarm Shambler enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it becomes the target of a spell an opponent controls, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. You can tap 1 and tap him to put a +1/+1 counter on Swarm Shambler. Pretty decent. It's a new one. I haven't seen that. That's cool. All right. Onwards and upwards, ladies and gents. All right, we got a Drake. first Drake token. Swamp. We did get another foil. McKindy Stampede. Oh! Oh, what a pull! What a pull! We got Omnid Locus of Creation, full art. Red, green, white, blue. Everybody knows what this does, but I gotta read it because it's awesome. It's a 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, you get to draw a card. And then it has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 4 life. If this is your first time, activating that ability has resolved. If it's the second time, you get to add red, green, white, and blue. And if it's the third time, Omna deals 4 damage to each opponent and each planeswalker you don't control. What a pull, guys. This is turning out to be a great box. All right. I was a little nervous there, not gonna lie, when we first started. That first row was a little rough, but we know WotC, they like to stack one stack, and that's about it. We got a Plains and a Valakut Awakening. 2 and a red. Instant. Put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your library, then draw that many cards +1. Red really needed something like this. Red really needed something like this. I think that's a great card. It also, whoops, sorry guys. If you need the mana, you can still get the mana also. So. All right, next pack. Insect. Plains, and we got, woo, another great card, Seagate Stormcaller. This is also one I'm pretty excited for. It is a 2-drop. Kicker of 5, which is a little high in my opinion. It's 2/1. But when it enters the battlefield, copy the next instant or sorcery spell with converted mana cost 2 or less. You cast this turn when you cast it. If Seagate Stormcaller was kicked, copy that spell twice instead. You may choose new targets for those copies. This can be extremely abused. And I'm excited to do that. All right. These Swampy. And we got a Vine Gecko. It's a foil, uncommon. And Phylath, World Sculptor. Is a 4 red-green. Legendary creature elemental, 5/5. When Phylath, World Sculptor, enters the battlefield, create a 0/1 green plant creature token for each basic land you control. Landfall, whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, put 4 +1/+1 counters on target plant you control. It's going to be a great card. It's almost like Rampaging Balos, but, or Avenger of Zendikar. That's going to be a good one. I like that. The landfall decks are just going to be going crazy. It's going to be a very interesting season, I think. Island, and we got Hagro Mauling. I think we kind of... No, we didn't see this one yet. 2 black. This spell costs 1 less to cast if your opponent controls no basic lands, and then you destroy target creature. You can also do the Brood Pit if you just need to land early game. Fix my piles here, getting a little crazy. Another insect, Mountain, and Coveted Prize is a rare, 4 and a black. Sorcery, this spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. Search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. If you have a full party, you may cast the spell with converted mana cost 4 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. Not bad. Again, it's that party mechanic, in my opinion, is just going to be very, very tough to achieve. But we'll see. If we get another Mythic here, honestly, I'm going to have to go out on a limb. I think this is going to be one of the best booster boxes I've seen. And I think it's the best booster box you guys will see. We got a plant here, Swamp, a Royal Eruption, common foil, and a Crag Plate Baloth, 5 and 2 green. Beast, kicker of 3, 2 and a green, 6/6. This spell can't be countered, has hexproof and haste. If it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. That's pretty good. I like that. The fact that it has hexproof and haste is awesome, especially if you get that late game, kick it, and all of a sudden you're swinging in big. Those big beefy creature decks are gonna definitely run that. We got a Plains, and oh my gosh, I called it. This is gonna be the best box you guys watch. 100% Lithoform Engine. This is just a broken card, guys. Honestly, I think it might get banned. I mean, this is on the level of Paradox Engine. This is just crazy. It's a 4-drop legendary artifact. You tap 2 and tap it. Copy target activate or triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. You can tap 3 and tap it. Copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. You can tap 4 and tap it. Copy target permanent spell you control. The copy becomes a token. A permanent spell, guys. That can be a planeswalker. That can be anything. It's just crazy. Well, not planeswalker because it's legendary, but the amount of things you can do to abuse this card is just amazing. It is, oh my gosh. That is amazing. That is awesome, guys. Don't mind the barking. We're going to keep going. We got an illusion. We got a swamp. And, woo, another full art. Another one. We got a Skyclave Shade. 1 and a black. Kicker of 3. It's a 3/1. It can't be blocked. If it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters, and it has landfall whenever land enters the battlefield under your control. If it's in your graveyard, if Skyclave Shade is in your graveyard and it's your turn, you may cast it from your graveyard this turn. That's gonna be a great card. Reminds me of like I think it's called Bloodghast. That's gonna be a good card. All right, guys, last pack, and then we're gonna be cracking that Expedition box topper. We got a Forest and Relic Robber, 2 and a red. Goblin Rogue with haste, it's 2/2. Whenever Relic Robber deals combat damage to a player, that player creates a 0/1 colorless Goblin Construct artifact creature token with this creature can't block, and at the beginning of your upkeep, this creature deals 1 damage to you. That's pretty good, guys. Another Ruin Crab again. I think that card's gonna be very sneaky, very good. All right, guys, it's time. I mean, I can't really ask for anything more, but we gotta open it because we have to see what is in here. So we're gonna carefully make sure we don't spoil anything. All right. All right, so I spoiled myself a little bit. Think it's kind of spicy. So our last card is a Strip Mine. Full art Strip Mine. You tap it to add a colorless, you sacrifice Strip Mine and destroy target land. Guys, I don't think we could ask for a better box here. This was fantastic. That's fantastic. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will see you guys again soon.